Okay, we're at the, problem number 14. A freight train travels from A to B at a rate of 12 miles per hour. After it has been gone for 3.5 hours, an express train leaves A for B. So I got something, at least in storytelling skills. I know there's a location A and B, and there's a freight train, and there's a passenger train. And certainly the freight train is going at a rate of 12 miles per hour. All right? And it says, after it has been gone for 3.5 hours, an express train. So, this guy he's gotten a head start, 3.5 hour head start. And, I keep reading it. After it's been gone for 3.5 hours, express train leaves for A for B, a head start. And it goes on to say that the other guy is traveling at a rate of 45 miles per hour. All right, I got to put this down then. So I'm going to start summarizing information about this over here, and I'm going to just put the freight train's rate down. And the rate of the freight train, since the first guy I talked about, just say R1 is 12, and that's 12 miles per hour. And let's talk about the other guy, the passenger train. So after it has been gone for express, I'm calling it passenger train, 45 miles per hour. Rate 2, 45 miles per hour. All right. So it says, and reaches B 1 hour and 5 minutes ahead of the freight train. All right. This is interesting, right? So you realize that for the freight train to cover this distance over here, right, for it to cover that, to cover the distance, he's going at 12. And I'm going to say, that the freight train has accomplished this task, certainly. I'm sorry, the express train. I'm going to say it took the express train X hours. I just don't know what it is. But he's going 45 times X. Now, the freight train also has X hours, but he's been given a head start. How much head start was he given? 3.5 hours. However, he actually needed more time to finish the task. How much time did it take? 1 hour and 5 minutes more. Let me write that down as 1 hour and 5 minutes. That's a mixed number, by the way, and that's really bad news for me. So I need to write it down as 1 plus 5 divided by 60, right, which is 1. And let's put this down. It's going to be what? 5 goes into 5 once. It goes into 60 12 times, right? So 1 and 1/12. Kind of nasty, right? So you know what? I think I have the relationship I want to get. And I'm going to start to erase all this. I'm not going to say nonsense, but I'm kind of done with it. And I'm really down to what I call the non-thinking part of algebra, is solving an equation. And I want to write it down for you, and I want to go slowly for you, all right? So I don't need a calculator for this over here. Even though I'm tired, I don't need a calculator. You're going to get 45x equals 12x. Now, I know mixed numbers really are of no place in algebra, but they're really not that bad. 12 times 3.5 is going to be 36, and 12 times a half is 6, plus 12 times 1 is 12, and 12 times 1/12 is 1. I still have problems. I got to do all this baby arithmetic. 12x, let's see, 36, 42, 54, 55. Let me check that again. 36, 42, 44, 54, 55. I think I did it right. What am I going to do now? Take 12x from both sides, and you're going to get 33x is equal to 55. I'm going to write down what x is now. X is 55 over 33. I can reduce that. It divides by 11. You get 5 over 3. Now again, I'm not even thinking what x is anymore, but if I'm going to use a mixed number, what would that be? That would be 1 2/3. Now, by the way, someone says, I have no idea what the question is. The question is this: find the distance from A to B. Find the distance from A to B. So if I'm going to do the distance from A to B, I got to figure out that. And the way to do that, I'm going to say the simplest way to do that is right over here. 45 times 1 2/3. I'm going to do that arithmetic for you. 45 times 1 is 45, plus 45 times 2/3 is going to be 30. What does that give me? 45 and 30 gives me 75. What's the distance between those two objects, A and B? 75 miles. Thank you.